Hi, this is Jasleen. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to build an application like Checkbox.io on a Jenkins server. This build run should happen on any Git push that happens into that repository. Also, upon a successful build, the application should be deployed onto a remote production server, which will be DigitalOcean Droplet in our case. I run our first Ansible script, which is going to set up Jenkins on the remote server. This is an Ansible playbook which is responsible for putting up the environment that is required for this application, and also for any configuration files that I want my application to pick up. Since this playbook is responsible for setting up all the dependencies for the application as well as for the Jenkins server, it will take a while to run all of them. So I'll pause the recording and I'll come back once all the downloads are done. As you can see, this playbook has now completed. We now need to check whether the job has been created on Jenkins. I go ahead and refresh this. This is the IP address of my Jenkins server for this application. I see that test1 is the job that was created by this playbook. I now go ahead and do some change in my application. So this is the application repository. I simply go ahead and add a new file. I save it. After this, I'm going to add it and commit this change. I go ahead and push this change onto the repository called production, which is lying on my own machine as well. So I run this. Now this push should trigger a playbook, which is the build.yml. This playbook is responsible for, first of all, setting up any configuration that I need for my build to run on Jenkins. As you can see, this playbook was done successfully and I would have started the job on Jenkins. We'll go ahead and check this job on Jenkins now. As you can see here, the build has started running, and it is also going to do a couple of things which involves creating a droplet on DigitalOcean, and also calling another Ansible script which is responsible for deploying the Checkbox.io application onto my remote server, which is my droplet. This is the Ansible script called deploy.yml, which is going to run and set up certain dependencies for Checkbox.io, like the Mongo users and also Nginx, which is another server that I require remotely on DigitalOcean as well. As you can see here, the deploy YML's playbook has run successfully and the task has been completed. After this, we need to check whether my application was deployed on the droplet or not. For this, I am going to go to DigitalOcean and first of all see whether a new droplet was created for me. Example was the name of the new droplet that I created, which was 6 minutes ago. So we go ahead to the IP and check whether my Checkbox.io application exists there and runs there or not. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this IP here. This is the Checkbox.io application that has been installed. If I create a survey and try to see whether it's getting created successfully, I go ahead and create it. So this is the box that this is the droplet that has been created. I have logged into this droplet. Example is the name of my droplet. I see that Checkbox.io is indeed installed here, and you can see that the code has the hello.txt, which was the change that I made and was built successfully, has also been ported here. So as I saw, we created this simple study, and on clicking on create, you see that this is where I need to replace my IP. So yeah, you see that the public link of this study has been created, and this droplet is up and working with Checkbox.io. I hope this demo was successful and helpful to you. Thank you.